Breaking news. Survivor Series. War Games Premium Live Event 2024 saw the Bloodline fall to CM Punk and the Og Bloodline. Jacob Fatu texted Solo Sikoa 4 words after the performance. Fatu is devoted to Sikoa and has played an important role in the Bloodline. The tribal chief appointed the Samoan werewolf as his personal enforcer in the middle of 2024. Fatu lost for the second time in his WWE career at Survivor Series, but neither pinning nor submitting him has occurred yet. In his most recent tweet, Fatu continued to show his affection for the tribal chief, even after he lost the War Games bout. Rikishi thinks Jacob Fatu will desert the Bloodline and betray Solo Sikoa at some point. The Samoan werewolf has been a horror to the roster ever since he joined the gang, carrying out the hits ordered by the tribal chief. After Fatu betrays Sikoa, Rikishi says on the Off the Top podcast he will win over the WWE Universe. After losing to the Og Bloodline and CM Punk at War Games, he predicted that Fatu and the Bloodline will unveil their next move on SmackDown. With Sikoa continuing to hold on to the Ulafala, the dispute between the two factions seems to be far from resolved. Roman Reigns has pinned Sikoa twice in the last several months. At Bad Blood, the OTC and Cody Rhodes won the match against Jacob Fatu and the street champion of the island. As the smoke cleared from War Games, the wounds it inflicted remained raw. Once WWE's unstoppable force, the Bloodline has seen defeat. The once impenetrable Roman Empire started to show signs of weakness. An enigmatic person lurked in the shadows, meticulously observing and assessing each action and choice among the mayhem. A guy as ferocious and domineering in his dominion as any Unwai, Jacob Fatu chose to make his presence known. The scene shifted to a room with low lighting and an oppressive atmosphere of anxiety. Over the wall fluttered a black flag with the Samoan family crest. At the middle of the stage, Jacob Fatu sat with his biceps flexed and his gaze fixed on the screen. He seemed both proud and disappointed while wearing a traditional Samoan lava. He started by saying, "Solo, you and I need to talk." His voice was a deep growl that was full of determination. Allowing the stillness to convey his thoughts, Jacob waited. His intense stare pierced the very soul of everyone who dared to meet it. No matter our rank or affiliation, USOs, Roman, you and I are all interdependent. We are the lineage that established this business. The company is as pervasive as the lava that flows across the islands bearing our family name. We have lifted the burden of our forefathers and brought them honor. At War Games, however, what did I see? That was dishonorable. I was weak in that. Rather than slashing at Solo specifically, Jacob's remarks sliced through the whole fabric of the Bloodline. His voice became more intimate, as if he were conversing with his cousin, and he drew nearer to the camera. Solidarity has been enforced by you, a quiet tempest. However, it is possible to redirect even storms. You're acting like a child attempting to win over the chief in your pursuit of Roman's favor. You are not that. We're not suited for it. As if the weight of his thoughts couldn't be contained by silence, Fatu got up and began to pace. His tattoos, which covered his arms and chest, seemed to convey a tale of struggle and perseverance. What happened to us when we began to follow the rules set by others? When did family life revolve on gratifying the ego of a single man? Even though Roman claims to be the tribal chief, he seems to have forgotten the golden precept of leadership. One must fight for the people, not for himself. He paused, his gesture strong and purposeful, and pointed at the camera. The ferocity, the savagery, and the instinct are all yours, Solo. But you're bound, my friend. Instead of forging your own path, they have you battling for them. Jacob's voice changed, becoming more sharp and menacing. Solo, I am not here to enlist your services. That is unnecessary. Your place is clearly clear to you. I'm here to help you remember your identity. We're not pawns, but fighters. Instead of following, we should strive to dominate. He grinned, but it was hostile. A grin like that heralds impending doom. Politics is what Roman, Jimmy, and Jay are all about. You, the actual labor, is being performed by you. However, once Roman finishes with you, what will happen? At the point when he determines you're no longer valuable to him? Reflect on that. Jacob returned to his seat, maintaining an intense but composed look. Leaning forward once again, he clasped his hands. "Oh, Solo, I've been keeping an eye on you, observing as you vanquish legendary foes, carve out your niche, and ensure the survival of the bloodline. The fate of the family is not in Roman's hands. I am telling you this right now. It is not Jimmy's or Jay's responsibility. We must not be frightened to do what is necessary. The responsibility is with us." The weighty and indisputable connotation lingered in the atmosphere. "This isn't solely focused on wrestling either," Jacob said, his tone gradually altering. "Respect is at the heart of this. An honor due to the family name, honoring the efforts of our ancestors who gave their lives so that we might enjoy this privilege. If our forefathers fought for us to fight over crumbs, then what? No. Because of their sacrifice, we are able to stand firm as one." Jacob let out a heavy breath as his words hit home. "Hey, Solo, we're very much the same. However, fabric will eventually give way under the stress of being pushed in every which way. Roman's ego or our blood's legacy? That is the question you must answer now." Once again, the mood became deeper and ominous. The words, "I'm not asking for your answer now," came out of Jacob's chilly voice. "But hear me out. Everyone is watching, even myself. You will bring down more than just Roman if you persist in allowing him to control your every action. It will also be you." Unreadable look on Jacob's face. He leaned back. "And believe me, Solo, when you stumble, I will be by your side, not to help you up, but to show you where you went wrong." As the image went dark, Jacob's voice remained, its finality somewhat eerie. "Solo, you are capable of more. This isn't good enough for us. Keep it in mind." Speculation erupted across the WWE universe as the message concluded. Could this have been the spark that ignited a feud inside the Samoan royal family? Is it possible that Solo Sikoa would listen to Jacob Fatu and reconsider his loyalty to the bloodline? Without a doubt, Jacob Fatu had just contributed a chapter to the Onwai family's heritage that would be remembered for a long time. Jacob Fatu and the bloodline's feud would continue to heat up in the weeks that followed, as viewers wondered whether this message would set the two powerful forces on a collision path or spark an odd collaboration.